Have you ever heard of the cube? Or what about the line? Or how about possibly the octagon? If you've said no to any of these, then where have you been? Stupid idiot, you. These are the biggest projects humanity has ever seen. You remember the pyramids? You remember, oh, how'd they make these? These are modern day pyramids, each and every one. And you think I'm exaggerating. You may think, oh, Max, what are you talking about? No, there's no modern day pyramids. They served no purpose. Why would anyone make something like that? Oh, but you would be surprised. Let's start with the line. Alright, so I'm at work with this stupid fucking Johnny. And he shows me a picture. And it's this. And it's this. He shows me this thing. And a little bit of that. And some of this. And he's showing it to me. He's like, look at this giant project that's being made. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Let's watch the promotional ad for it. Why do I need to explain it? You can see it for yourself. What is the line?
For too long, humanity has existed within dysfunctional and
Shut up. I need to increase your quality. This is too important. No. You're going in 4K.
For too long, humanity has existed within dysfunctional and polluted cities that ignore nature. Now, a revolution in civilization is taking place. Imagine a traditional city and consolidating its footprint, designing to protect and enhance nature.
Imagine getting a city and turning it into a line. I'm criticizing too quickly. You're about to see why this is so good for nature.
The line will be home to 9 million residents and will be built with a footprint of just 34 square kilometers.
Wow.
And we are designing it to provide a healthier, more sustainable quality of life.
Fuck you. All right. Hear me out. There's a video. There's this really cute lady on YouTube, Dammy Lee. Watch her channel. It's really interesting. And she made a video on this. She's an architect herself. As you heard, this is all about sustainability, the environment, nature. Oh, these terrible polluting cities. Ah, god dang them. Look at that shit. That cuts through the entire fucking desert. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was, I don't know, a tiny little desert duckling doing my yearly migration, and then out of nowhere there was a border literally the size of the fucking Empire State Building in height and 170 kilometers long, I think I would just probably die. This is terrible for the environment. This shit is fucking ridiculous. And keep in mind, a lot of these points are these ladies' points. She's very smart, but she makes really good points, like the fact that if you look at the side there, this is a mirror. And there's a few reasons why that's not very good for the environment. Because while, yes, it's the desert, there's still thousands of species living in the desert. And that mirror right there is going to fry them. If any living thing walks outside of that mirror, they are toast. It's like walking into a microwave. That desert's already temperatures of 130. And that shit is going to reflect all of that into pretty much a lava pit surrounding the outside. Again, this isn't necessary. It didn't need to be a line. It didn't need to stretch across the entire planet. This serves no purpose. But I'm getting ahead of myself. One more thing with the fact that it's a mirror. All right, now imagine I'm that same little duckling. I'm like, ah, fuck, this is terrible. There's a giant fucking wall stopping me from my yearly migrations, and now I'm gonna die. Wait, how about if I try flying over it? It's a glass mirror. Can you even imagine how many birds are going to flatten themselves on that shit? It is so terrible for the environment just by design alone, and they did not need that. And they haven't shown any plans. I don't think this is real. I think this is a scam, but we'll get to that later. I have yet to see any plans of like bridges over it or tunnels underneath it to allow animals to migrate, to continue living without being cut off from the ocean or without being cut off from their yearly migrations or anything like that. This is a terrible idea. I have so much to say, but I'm going to save it.
The line's communities are organized in 3 dimensions.
What the fuck was that? What does this show? What information is there to glean from this? It is all blocks. It looks like someone went in fucking Minecraft and just went nuts.
Residents have access to all their daily needs within 5-minute walk neighborhoods. And the line's infrastructure makes it possible to travel end to end in 20 minutes.
All right. Another point about traveling end to end in 20 minutes. This thing is 170 kilometers long in theory, if it was to be made. However, the fastest train ever made can only at times reach up to speeds of 600 kilometers per hour. And that's only at specific times. Now, in order to get from end to end of this thing in 20 minutes, you would need that train at its top speed with no stops. So you're not reaching the end of this in 20 minutes. You're reaching it in... 3 months? I don't know. Imagine how many stops there would be between 170 kilometers worth of wall. Let's just keep watching.
With no need for cars, resulting in 0 carbon emissions. By leveraging AI technology, services...
What is this shit? They have fucking flying
Carbon
pancakes
emissions.
in this shit.
By leveraging AI technology...
All right, so you see there's a flying Roomba, probably holding around 100 people. I don't give a shit. Something you will notice about all of these ideas, the cube, the octagon, the line, is that they will show impossible imagery. Like just ridiculous plans of what they expect to be in there. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for actually impossible shit. Like science fiction-esque shit. Because you're going to see a lot of it. And the reason is that this is a scam. This isn't fucking real. I'm gonna elaborate on that, but just keep an eye out.
Services are autonomous, saving you time and effort. Designed by world leaders.
What the fuck are these pancakes are doing donuts? Look at this. Woo!
Designed.
If there was any human beings in there, they would be fucking killed. They would be splattered all over the walls. And look at this. There's like waterfalls and these weird biomes and shit. Okay, I'm just gonna say it now because I've been blue balling myself like crazy. This is a fucking scam. This is a huge scam, and there's 1,000 reasons why. First off, the design of this building is ridiculous. It does not work from an architectural standpoint. The technology that would be required to make what you see here possible hasn't been invented yet. So, for instance, I'm going to go back a little bit. As you see here, these walls don't have a roof. When I first heard of this, I'm like, okay, well, that's a really dumb idea, but who gives a fuck? You know, it's just a weird apartment complex, right? No, these are actually 2 parallel lines. 2 giant walls, and everything in the middle is doing its own thing, and there's no roof on top. So what that means is that the 130-degree weather that's outside is going to be pouring in unless they have the fucking greatest air conditioning technology ever made. Which again, why would you even do that? Why? And again, so you see this plan and there's no fucking roof. Cool. But who's going to be getting the sunlight here? Because I said earlier, and I wasn't exaggerating, these walls are supposed to be as tall as the Empire State Building. Again, another red flag that this thing is fucking bullshit. that's like making a goddamn halo ring, who's going to be getting any sunlight? Because there's all these buildings stacked on top of each other inside. Only like the very, very top floor will be getting any sunlight ever. Everyone else would have to just deal with, I don't know, if you're lucky enough to be on the side of the walls, you can look out a window to see actual sunlight. But everyone else is just going to be stuck with fucking sad little, what are those lights called? The ones that like buzz? They just, no one's going to be getting any natural sunlight in this thing. Again, like very basic shit like that just hasn't been thought of, which is why they're saying they're going through with this project, and it's estimated to be $1 trillion plus. Now, I'm gonna get distracted 1,000 times. I literally have ADD medication. It's not fucking helping. $1 trillion. You hear that and you think to yourself, fuck, that's a lot of money. And you're right to think that. They don't have anywhere near $1 trillion. They were asked by CNN on the Cube project, not on the line. I'm going to get to the Cube later. Holy fuck, is the Cube crazy. So the line is $1 trillion. CNN asks the public fund, whatever that's managing this project, is going to fund this project. They ask them, hey, so where are you getting $1 trillion from? And they essentially said, I don't know. No, what they actually said was, we don't know. We have not been given that information yet. Something along those lines. But how the fuck are you going to get $1 trillion? Because right now, they are getting around, from what I saw in a video, this could be completely wrong, but they're getting around, I think, $20 billion per year in foreign investments. And their ultimate goal, like their very, very, very ambitious goal, is to get $100 billion of investments a year. They want to have this wall done, according to their plans, in 7 years. In 2030, they're saying this wall should be like pretty much built. But it's like, dude, even if you got the most money you could possibly fathom, $100 billion a year from foreign investors, it would take 10 years at minimum to have enough money to build this shit, not counting the Cube and the Octagon, which are building at the same time and are all equally expensive. This shit's a scam. The Saudi Arabian government, the prince, wants to have different sources of income that aren't just oil. How do you do that? Well, you need outsiders to invest in your country. How do you do that? You propose fucking flying pancakes. You invest in fucking Minecraft buildings. You invest in a giant 170 kilometer long line, which is the future. That is the thing. That's the thing about this. They show all this literally impossible imagery of flying pancakes, of holograms, of these fucking crazy biomes inside, which, mind you, they're impossible because they're going to be in an air-conditioned environment. Again, there's going to be 130-degree weather pouring in the top. The inside is going to have to be very, very fucking well air-conditioned. Most of these plants wouldn't be able to survive in those sort of conditions, especially not on the roof like you see here. There's so much to say about this. There's so much to say about just how could anyone fall for this? How could anyone think that this is real? How? Well, there's a lot of ways, actually. Allow me to grab one. Bad Bunny, Time magazine. I'm hanging out with my grandma. Her and I are having a jolly old time, whatever. And we're talking, and, you know, we're just spitballing back and forth, just random things that have been relevant. She goes, Max, oh, I saw something I want to show you. And she goes in here. Allow me to introduce to you the Cube. You see it? Like I was saying earlier, how could anyone fall for this scam? This obvious fucking like investment scam. Well, this is how. That's how they get you. They have like legitimate sources of information, advertise it, and Of course. I mean, people invest in fucking NFTs and cryptocurrency and all this nonsense. Why would they not also invest in the future? Notice all of these scams, NFTs, cryptocurrency, the line, all advertise themselves as the future. Every single one of them. People are so attracted to this idea of being in the know, being part of the science fiction world that is now, that they'll just jump headfirst into anything. They'll throw money at anything. It's insane. I'm gonna put some screenshots on screen right now of just random inventions that come to mind when I think of people wanting to be in the know. A phone thing that makes you kiss your significant other through fish lips. This fucking dog mask that drowns out background noise. There's so fucking much. There's so much fucking stupid nonsense out there, specifically to target people who want to be now, in the know, in the future. The future isn't now. If you are investing in something and they say this is the future's now, it's not now. The future's never, dude. Remember in fucking Back to the Future when they had giant hologram sharks fucking trying to eat you and there was hover cars and this and that? The future's fucking never. Whenever we get to the future and something really cool happens, it's not cool. Remember the metaverse? Remember the promises with the metaverse? This is the future. Everyone's going to be using this. That wasn't the future. No, it wasn't the future. The future is often very underwhelming and usually gets rolled out very slowly. The future is not a line. It's not a metaverse. It's not these lips. It's nothing. It's nothing that you invest in. It's something that fucking people in Wall Street invest in. Stay away from this shit. It doesn't concern you, besides to laugh at it. Okay, we're moving on to the cube. We have to move on to the cube. Oh man, this is such a rabbit hole. All right, now I could explain to you what the cube is myself, but it would not do it the justice that this video does it. Now, I want you to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. You know, like the line had the pancakes, it had the plants, it had like the Minecraft blocks, all these like red flags that, okay, this shit just isn't feasible, isn't real. Okay, the Minecraft blocks could happen, but the pancakes and all the fucking biodiversity inside, those things are actually impossible. Keep an eye out for anything on here that might be a little off, something that just doesn't seem very feasible. Oh no. Why do these videos insist on being like fucking 140p? All right. This needs to be the highest quality for Yellow Maximus viewers.
In the future, our cities will be much more than just places to live in. The future is here.
No, it's not! That is such a dog whistle for stupid people with too much money.
And it's real.
No, it's not!
Introducing the new Maraba, the world's largest
It's a big old cube. And you could see from all these like electricity lines that something about this must be sustainable, right?
modern downtown. Designed with people at its heart.
If you cared about people, you would get your own citizens working sewage systems. You fucking idiot. That fucking Saudi Arabian prince, I want to him. Remember when he killed that reporter and chopped him up into little pieces? That's the guy who's promoting this. That's the guy who's promising this shit. Why would foreign investors believe him? He's a fucking maniac, and he's stupid, and he's dumb, and I hate him.
Helping make Riyadh one of the top 10 most livable cities in the world. And at its center...
Why is the quality... I even turned it on HD. This is on their end. If you see all those pixels right there, that's not me. My computer is good. They made this video this poor quality. I swear. I don't.
A new icon.
Uh-oh.
The Mukhab.
Okay. All right.
A new icon. The Mukhab.
All right. So the Mukhab. That's a big cube. It's a really big cube. That is... I actually took notes on this earlier. I'm a fucking psycho. Oh no. All right. This cube is promising. So, you know, that line promised to be like, what's 170 times 2? It promised to be 340 times the size of the Empire State Building. That's cool. That's cool and all. This one is 10 times bigger than the world's current largest cube-shaped structure. So it's not as big, but it's still as infeasible once you actually see what's inside. Yep.
The world's first immersive experiential destination.
I'm going to break down each of those layers for you. Number one, just what you're seeing right now. The inside promises to have holograms. Now, something that's bizarre about that, I mean, you know, a lot of this is like pretty practical things, you know, like being fucking 10 times the size of the sun and, you know, being the shape of a cube for no reason and having like really stupid scribbles on the outside. A lot of it's just like practical stuff you would see on any building. Holograms don't exist. Holograms aren't a thing. Never has there been a hologram. Never. It's never been invented. But that is a major selling point, is that this thing will have holograms. I'm getting ahead of myself.
A gateway to another world. At a scale...
Now, okay, I know flying pancakes is a little weird, you know, that's a little out there. At best, that is a pterodactyl. Given the shape of its wings, I think that's a dragon. I think that's a dragon. I think they are promoting a dragon. At best, that is a genetically modified flying squirrel. At worst, that is a mythical dragon from Game of Thrones, which is definitely going to be inside this real building that's being built right now by Saudi Arabia that has the money to do so.
That's unprecedented and unforgettable.
This is definitely unprecedented, and I think there's a good reason for that. What purpose does that serve? They have like some weird fetish with pancakes and like really useless designs, you know, just like they like jumping through hoops that they just really don't need to jump through and adding things which just don't make any sense. Like, why is there not a roof on the wall? Why is it
where you'll feel wonder?
I'm feeling wonder. I'm actually baffled.
Amazement.
There's another. That's a griffin. That thing has a. It's really late here. I shouldn't be screaming. But that thing, as you can see, is part lion on the butt, like part lion on the back, has a beak, feather. Okay, so I know I said at worst it was a dragon. I didn't think it could get worse than that. They've even gone a step beyond that. This really is a place of wonder and amazement. At best, that can be a hologram. And even at best, holograms don't exist. Who would invest in this? How could an entire government... This is you see like delusional investments like Mark Zuckerberg with Meta. You know, that shit was a failure. That shit was supposed to be the future. Had all the same advertising, all the same promises. This is the future. Everyone's going to be using this, you know, and had all like fucking millions and millions put into marketing. I didn't think you could one-up that. I didn't think anyone would try to one-up Meta. Why would you try to one-up Meta? You know how bad that turned out. Mark Zuckerberg lost his soul.
And your heart.
Granted, that's not as unbelievable as griffins and dragons. I just don't care. I just don't get it.
Race. As you dine with gentle giants.
Okay, maybe I do get it. Okay. Benefit of the doubt time. Benefit of the doubt time. Maybe these pancakes, each one has a TV wall on the inside that make you think you're in a big bubble with all this stuff, but it's just a TV. Like, it's just a screen. So everything they're showing on the outside, no one's actually going to see. All you're going to see, you're just going to be sitting in like a little diner on the inside of one of these pancake rooms, and you're going to have your own like weird like what are those like observatory rooms? It's going to be like a 3D movie essentially. That's all around your head. Benefit of the doubt time. I don't see why I should give them the benefit of the doubt. They promised a 170 kilometer long fucking Empire State Building wall across the desert ×2, which is supposedly supposed to have flying pancakes inside. That one didn't promise holograms. So that one was actually showing footage of what they expect to be in there, aka flying pancakes. This one says it has holograms, so I'm able to give it the benefit of the doubt, even though holograms don't exist yet. I shouldn't be giving them the benefit of the doubt.
For a world of magic. Or live on Mars. Where your retail experience is completely reimagined. So,
okay, there's really good footage of the hologram. As you can see, there's one up close, like right there. And then I think this may be like a weird Gmod-esque glitch, because that giant hologram is for some reason extra large in the distance. So this is supposed to be a hologram building, I suppose. Everything's a hologram. Holograms don't exist.
And you feel at home.
There's the prince. That's him. Everyone say hi to the prince. Remember when he killed that guy?
In another world. This is the new face of Riyadh. A gateway to another world.
So, okay. I think this is advertising itself as... there's something called... What is it? The MSG Sphere. Let's go to that. Yeah. It's supposed to be like the biggest virtual reality... It's supposed to be like the biggest 3D theater ever. Like, every single wall is supposed to be an enormous screen. And this is like the biggest like 3D experience ever even tried. You know, this is a huge fucking project. Never has anyone even tried to reach this scale until now. This is the future. Anyways, this cube, this cube right here is exactly 20 times the size as that sphere. They would need 20 times the amount of screens, as is not even in the biggest screened building ever made. But this is going to happen. This isn't a scam. It's happening. They're going to get 20 times the amount of screens necessary. Duh. It's Saudi Arabia. Of course they can do it. Okay, it doesn't show it. It shows that stupid fucking logo. There's also a lake on top of the cube. There's a giant lake on top of the cube. Yeah, you see that? You see that giant pool right there? So, again, this cube is already 10 times the size of the biggest cube ever made. The biggest cube building ever made in humanity's history. It's 10 times the size of that, and they want to put a lake on top. Water is heavy. Water is not light. Water weighs a lot. It sure would suck if, I don't know, this lake had like a leak through the building that's 100% screens. If only there was like some like people whose job it was to think about this stuff. There isn't. This wasn't made by an architecture. This is made by like some goofy college student who is really good with 3D modeling, and like this just it's impossible. This shit is so fucking dumb. Oh god. Okay, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Way ahead of myself. Okay. I'm gonna show you the last thing. It's actually called the Octagon, but it's not real, so I don't actually care. Here's the one that is actually the most feasible out of all of these. Out of all these fucking sci-fi ridiculous buildings, this one actually seems like it could possibly... It's not sci-fi as much as the other ones are. Like, the other ones are such ridiculous sci-fi that not even for a second could I possibly believe that it's going to actually happen. This one seems like it's actually possible with technology. But I also am not I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. And let's just watch this, and maybe you can figure out some reasons why.
Imagine a place that provides everything your business needs to break boundaries. A curated landscape of advanced industry that closes the loop and drives circularity. To create a clean energy system, minimizing waste and maximizing output.
Like they keep talking about sustainability and minimizing waste, but then they propose the most wasteful buildings possible. Like that line, you know a really good like sustainable like way to make that building, make it into a city
where you can swap disposable for renewable. This is Oxygen.
Is this the first time you've seen the Oxygen? I'm so sorry if I've stripped the site from you for this long. I just keep ranting. I'm sorry. It goes without saying, holy fuck, how absolutely unbelievably unpractical. I'm the CEO of Nike, okay? Oh man, just do it, you know? Oh, I love shoes, blah, blah, blah. Oh, so I'm being told by the Saudi Arabian prince right now, hello, Saudi Arabian prince. So you're telling me that I can make like a Nike factory, like in your new like innovative Octagon area? Okay. Just give me the details. Okay, so I need to buy a boat and so you're telling me everything I make there is going to have to come and leave off of a boat? And you're telling me there's no airport. You're telling me it's in the middle of the desert and it's in Saudi Arabia. And like, what do you have there? So your citizens don't have sewage. Who's going to work at my factory? Do your citizens have like any sort of education, like a good education system? Can you promise me that you won't be overthrown because like people hate you? You can't do that. I'm not buying a boat.
Thanks to state-of-the-art robotics, AI, machine learning, and other game-changing technologies, this is the place where manufacturing is being transformed, resulting in new levels of efficiency and unlimited possibilities.
I hate it how they keep talking like it's already made. This is where like new ideas are made and this and that. Dude, this shit is never going to be made.
Through advanced manufacturing methods, we'll create green industries of the future with sustainability and reusability built into their DNA. Because any business destined to change the world must also protect it. A leading hub for research and innovation will bring...
This lady, and really quick, this lady again here, fucking genius. She mentioned how one of the biggest curators, like catalysts of innovation, are like big cities, because there's a lot of like cross-pollination. That's how she worded it. Cross-pollination between like different careers, where like acting will get mixed with science, or like engineers will get randomly mixed because the city's so compact, everything's so close. Engineers will get mixed with like bread makers, and then those two will mix and they'll innovate and make something new. Do you see a lot of innovation happening here? I feel like in order for like any innovation to happen here, I would have to get a kayak and like or like put on a swimming suit and swim over a few blocks to get over here.
Together to solve the world's greatest challenges. accelerating ideas from labs to market and attracting top talent to be part of a vibrant ecosystem. Oxygen will be home to the world's first fully automated port and integrated logistics hub.
Why would you promise this when it has never been done before? Like, you're already doing something impossible, or like making like an entire like huge industrial area floating on top of water. I'm spoiling it. There's no wooden pikes underneath. This entire city is actually floating. Okay, I'm sorry, spoilers. You're already doing one impossible thing. Why are you now promising? And I'm not saying like this part is impossible, but it's never been done before. So why are you promising something that's never been done before when you're fucking...
With a regulatory framework to promote faster, seamless trade across the globe, it will comprise the world's largest floating structure, creating a new...
Here it is. It's actually floating. Yep. Yeah. The reason I'm so angry about this is because I don't have any problems in my life. Remember this classic? If something offends you, please let us know. We can all use a good laugh. Do you remember that? I sure do. That is easily one of the dumbest things I think I've ever bought. It's just bought. There's no bottin'. Bottin's not a thing. I'm ashamed of myself, alright? It's fucking late. Let me actually do some research. Bottin. Guys. So I've always considered myself to be a little bit of like an English expert, or what do they call those things? Like a language arts teacher or something like that. But, you know, sometimes even I surprise myself. All right, let's end this video. Let's end this stupid shit. I already had to go pee and I made myself a protein shake, so let's finish this Oxygen video.
Paradigm for living and working on water, and an oceanographic institute for pioneering marine research, so we can best protect the pristine waters of the Red Sea and beyond.
Protect your people.
This is a
Look at that shit. That's the future, baby. Look at that. Look at that future. So asphalt roads, nah, that's too mainstream. That's fucking lame. That's so out of touch with the environment. Now we have like silky little line roads, I think, where as opposed to like 2 to 4 lanes, there's now like what? 9 lanes. 9 lanes. Now, you know, a lot of people asked us like, why 9 lanes, you know, like, and why is it like really uneven? Like they're not even like very well spaced out, and you know, like all this stuff, all this like all these trees and apartments that wasn't shown in like any other footage. And you know, like, are people really expected to ride around on 1 wheels and stuff? And you know, like, these roads are so narrow, what if someone gets hit with a car? We got a lot of questions like that, and I'll be honest with you, I literally only gave this to a college student. I paid him a few $1,000 to just design something that looked futuristic. I told him to put no thought into it because people wouldn't, you know, care to do the research. So I hope that answers all your questions.
Cognitive city that not only adapts to your needs, but will learn to anticipate them, redefining tasks so that you can focus on the things that matter. A place.
Is this the prince? Look at that ugly douche.
With unrivaled livability, where people, industry, and technology come together in harmony with nature. This is the place where ideas can change the world. This is Oxygen.
Where ideas can change the world. You know, that's a true statement. Ideas can change the world. It's too bad you didn't have any. It's too bad there was no ideas here. literally, a college student with a 3D design degree or something like that just animated this, sent it off. They went, yeah, that's good. They'll probably get us a few billion in foreign investors. Yeah, that's the end of this. Now, I have to say, everything I'm saying is completely like conspiratorial, I don't have a lot of evidence, I'm just using what I consider to be logic. But you know what? Maybe all this stuff will be made. Maybe someday in the future, you and I can ride pancakes together or slay a dragon. Maybe one day you and I will have the power to drive one wheels down 9-lane streets. I don't know. Maybe that will happen. Maybe you and I will have the privilege of riding a train 170 kilometers in 20 minutes. One day. Maybe one day. Rectangle or anything that isn't 170 kilometers long with an open top that microwaves the fucking desert ducks. Oh my god, if there's any desert lobsters out there, they're fucking done for.